Anybody got anything here this morning right off?
I don't.
Well,
We're recessing, so that comes in.
The approach out here on the west edge, the carpet that comes in and goes out, the one edge is in really bad shape. You'll notice when you go out. It's to the point where I need to just cut it and take it loose so somebody doesn't get hooked on it and hurt themselves. And I did not budget that to be redone, and I should have. I would like to have your permission to go ahead and get somebody out here. It probably cost about, between $8,000 and $1,000, I suppose, get that done, but it really needs to be done.
you're talking about the indoor-outdoor carpet that comes in there?
Yeah, it comes in, it goes on the top of the marble and then out the door and down the step. Keeps from being slick and.
How many people do we have that do work like that around?
We'll have to go out, we'll have to go either Great Bend or Hutch. I was really pleased, third floor had Lowe's, and they did a really fine job in the courtroom. I was real pleased with the guy that laid it by. I think Ron Rand did the work last time up in Great Bend.
What does White out here, they put that, do they do that yet?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think they do any of that stuff anymore. You want me to check with them?
Well, I think we could check.
We're gonna have a couple estimates, just.
I think so,
Okay.
anybody that does that, we might
Okay.
check them
Okay.
first, let them
Yeah, I can do
have
that.
an idea.
Okay. Also, the windows on the front of the building have been painted, and I wanted to find
Did they
out.
put the new glass in when it broke it?
Yeah, but before they were done, I don't know if it was the pressure of the new caulking, but after he was all finished, there is a new, one of the ones on the north east corner. It broke apparently during the night.
No. Can you back to fix it then, or what?
Well, I did not bring it up to him. He's gonna have to get that. Well, he might be able to do it from the ladder. I think it's on the second floor, but otherwise he'd have to get that scissor lift. But when he cleaned the windows, he said it was not done because that was the last thing he did was clean the windows on the exterior. And the next morning when I was looking at it, and it looks like a new break from, it's probably from the pressure cooling and heating, you know, between night and day, I don't know. But yeah, he can come back and fix it, and I'm sure he would. But I was wondering, on the rear face of the building where there's metal in between these double windows, do you want that painted back here?
Hey, where are you talking about? Just on this back side, you mean?
Yeah, on the back side, there is double windows that have exposed metal, I don't know, about maybe 6 inches up between them, and it's really faded and looking bad, and I wondered if you wanted to.
It doesn't require any caulking or anything on it?
No,
so
no, it's just simply painted.
Or did he paint all the rest of the windows in, besides those in?
No,
Just the front, so they had
the
things
front's, yeah, the front's the only thing he did. You guys might go out and sometime and look at it and see what you think. But now the hand railing and the 2 side lights that stand up, I'm gonna take care of that, and I'll do that here before it gets cold. So that'll make the whole front look a lot better.
So it's the windows on the back side, second floor?
Well, no, there's some on the ground floor,
Right.
and then there's.
Up back of the air conditioner in that area over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, exactly. Now, it's just in that one side, it's the only place that's done that way with that strip that's about hand span wide up between those 2 windows, so it probably wouldn't hurt to have a little paint slop.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else right now? We'll recess.
Come down and do a demonstration on the public works program the other day. We have nothing right now. Everything she does is We either use Excel sheets or something in Microsoft Word, and then she does everything out on a ledger sheet. And this would be for their software with, and then there's some training involved, and then some support. And I called her, and that did not include that on their side. I made it back up to our server, she said.
It will back up to our server in here.
Yeah.
Well, then it will be backed up where the rest of it will back up, because it backs up to the server. Okay, good check.
Okay.
So is that the same system you have here, and would you give it a link?
Yeah,
Then it even went from what Nita and Missy are doing with
accounts payable.
and downloading into this program down in our office.
And you say what you have down there now is just a computer with Excel and Windows?
And she does most of it by hand on ledger sheets still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, this system allow you to keep inventory?
Yes.
That's be what I'd like to have.
Well, me too.
Inventory on everything.
I mean, it would give inventory and it'd tell you when you're low on inventory, and it'd just save a lot of time. Me
So
said
then you also keep an accurate running tally of the inventory, like all of them, maybe a bank
Mhm.
account and stuff like that.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
And then there's a program there to update the computer. And they're gonna come out with a new, they're coming out with a newer version of this program here after the first of the year, and we will get the newer
Get
version.
the update?
Yes.
Or-
But there's a lot of data you put into it before we ever even get started, so it's something that we need to do here fairly shortly so we can get all the data and put it into it.
Then it also give you, is there, when you do the budgets and stuff, you'll know, you have a better idea of what to request.
Sure it does.
Yes, it will.
And would also, would it monitor your budget to where you know where you're at when you're entering your expenditures, or she, or whoever does this?
Yes, it would put them in that lineup, yes.
But that'll come from out here.
Right, yeah.
When we do vouchers,
Yeah.
it'll be linked to where it'll
Okay.
automatically hit down there too.
And then
It's
she
the way
just
I
has-
understand
Yeah,
it.
she just has to go in there sometimes and break them down into units or,
And if you want them farther down than what we put in
Yes.
up here, yeah.
like sometimes you might case of something and then just get the overall cost of the case. She'd have to go ahead and break that into unit size.
So the software is 1,600,
No,
huh?
no,
That's the computer.
That's
Software.
Hardware, software, peopleware, that's
that's,
16.
I believe that's on the computer, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's for a new
17 inch.
computer in the office.
flat
Fifty-four,
panel.
twenty-five.
And then the other sheet is.
This one right here.
Okay. But it does the maintenance records on all the equipment. It'll give you cost breakdown on those over a year's time, or you can pull it for 2 years ago, or just however that far your data goes to.
Did you look it up?
No, it's, like you said, that's what I want to focus inventory, just, if I'm getting low on stop signs or whatever, it pulls up magic, maybe put in a number in there.
Right.
Say, if you get down to 20 stop signs, it'll tell you if you're down.
See what kind of fuel mileage you get on pickups and
Yeah, it will basically do that. Just this week, I mean Fridays. What time, I don't know.
So, this something we need, huh? Pretty much.
I think so, I think you haven't had any in place down there where everything has been broken
She's
down.
doing that all by hand.
All but hand entered, have you not, they keep it accurate. This would be a lot more accurate, I think, for.
Yeah, I mean, I
for
can always go
control.
back and figure out what materials are.
Yeah.
Have a real
Well,
good
you have to
idea
start
pretty
out.
quick, but if you say you wanna know how much it costs to overlay the road, you know, the blanket job, what the guy's doing it and all this other.
You can put labor and everything into
It'll
this
sit there and.
project, and know where you're at then.
Well, I make the motion, we allow Phil to pursue the purchase of a computer system down at the road and bridge.
I'll second this.
Moved and seconded, and now Phil can go ahead with this computer. Road and bridge, all in favor, say aye.
And we did finish sealing finally.
And you stayed out of the way of some of the grain trucks and
This
stuff,
yeah. We did.
I talked to Philip about helping me clean out the building, and he said if it rained tomorrow, he could bring some of the guys up. Is that okay if we
That's
use
fine.
sand?
Fine with me,
If
yeah.
we-
I'd like
We can do it as it rains, maybe
Yeah.
we can get
Rainy
it
days
done.
or
It's-
Rainy day, yeah,
And
it's
just
great, I think it cleaned out.
Get rid of
a little
everything
bit.
except buildings.
We've gotta get a
stuff we
place to
might-
start, so it needs to be done.
Stuff that we might use for the building.
Yeah, the
keep
materials and
the
stuff in there,
materials.
and don't throw in that, like I said, that, ceiling
The
tile.
ceiling.
I had a
Right.
request for that if we
There's
don't use
sheetrock
it.
and ceiling tiles, and
You may have.
And usually, building material will keep that.
I will, I mean,
and the motorcycle, I don't know.
get rid of it. There's no VIN number on it. According to Jeff, there's a motorcycle.
No vendor.
Jeff has been in there and looked for it, can't see it on there. Of course, it's so dark, maybe once he moves it outside.
That's not good.
I don't know. Anything
Well,
about-
we could put that out at the landfill with the rest of the recyclable metals.
Okay.
Is it in pieces or?
Just tell Barry,
No.
just don't ride it on the highway.
Doesn't have a seat, the seat's missing.
But isn't the rest of it there?
I don't know.
I don't think
There's
so.
not-
You look over, make a determination.
Yeah.
Make a determination. Just get value.
And the sand pile's gone over by north or south of the power plant in Stafford.
Yeah, or stockpile.
You had some people help themselves.
Well, I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do
They,
every
we
year.
usually do, but it's usually not a great amount.
Yeah.
I went north of town here several years ago, up there by that, where that hay plant used to sit north of Maxwell.
Oh, Tommy County, yeah.
You know, on Sunday morning, I was headed for Gateway, and boy, there was pickup trailer backed up there. Little Rodney Christmas.
That's a long way to go.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I think he lived over there
Oh, okay.
up here
Well,
north
road.
at the time, you know. So next time I see Rodney, I said, you grab on your driveway. What? I said, you had a pretty good jag on that trailer. That wasn't me. I said, what wasn't you? Up there,
Evil twin.
up north of Maxwell there. I said, oh, okay, that wasn't you. How'd you know it was up there?
And they got the EMS parking finished up Friday morning.
Oh.
So we're gonna go out there and see what it's Saturday.
Good.
And when are they supposed to seal us over here, do you know?
Sometime either this week or next week, I noticed they started hauling.
That's what I thought, I looked over to see a truck over there, I thought they
Yeah.
put that
Started
thing.
seal.
That was you over there patching it.
Yeah, it was crude.
Road up south of Raleigh was a lot better.
Yeah. The second time we had to dig on it. It's been an adventure this year, to say the least.
You do a better job than Venture does.
Well, you guys do a good job.
Sure.
So you got the new patching truck coming in for long, huh?
Yes.
All winter long, it'll be out patching in, just hot patching.
Yeah.
How long's the mix like?
I don't think there's gonna be any gap in it. Hopefully here in the next 3 days we'll get around and get most of the major holes taken care of before it gets too cold. Yeah, it's been an adventure this year.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Tim,
All right.
thanks.
Have a
I
good
just
day.
tell everybody, if you pick ours in bed, slap on it. We'll recess.
Well,
Come over and meet with him, but if
he-
he's not here, we'll go ahead.
He's supposed to be.
he's supposed to be.
I'm not shaking climbing the
We do have an elevator.
stairs. I know it, but I need to climb the stairs. Well, I guess I'm here because of what happened last week with the vote. I have to say it was kind of a shock. I thought it would pass maybe, but I wasn't sure it passed by that kind of a margin. And thought I better check in and see what the next step is, which basically is passing the resolution by the county commissioners to adopt, which is set up by statute, the hospital as a county hospital as of January the 1st. Once that is done, I would like to have a copy of the resolution because I've got all kinds of people to notify and get name changes in. I'm assuming we'll call it the Stafford County Hospital right now because of the time crunch. If anybody wants to change the name later on, they can, but we have to get a big change with Medicare, state licensing agencies, and all the myriad insurance companies. In fact, we'll probably miss some. I've got a lot of people making lists, just so we can compare the list and see if we've got everything on there. And whatever I can do to help affect any of this, I will definitely be glad to do. I want to be writing up new bylaws for the board. Once you determine how you want that board makeup to be, whether it will be appointed or elected, or whether it will be 5, 7, or 9, or however we're going to do the terms, then I'll set the bylaws and everything up based upon that. But I've got a little time to do it, so.
How many board members do you have now?
We have 5 right now. Yeah. And the statute says either 5, 7, or 9. As I said in a lot of these sessions, I didn't have very good response in these meetings that I've had around the county. So I wasn't quite sure what to think. I had 8 meetings and 34 people. So slightly over 4 per session. But 9 would work. That's getting a little big.
I think you
It's
get-
awful big for our conference.
I think you can get too big a board.
I think you
I
can.
think
I guess that's the
you can.
reason I'm saying that.
In your 5 area, I think is pretty good.
Well,
5 is
I think
good.
7's a good number.
Seven.
Probably countywide, 7 would be a bit.
Probably. I tried to figure out how 5 could be set up and make everybody in the county feel like, and I'm not sure. There's probably a way, I just haven't been able to figure it out. 7 seemed to work good because it could be 2 from each district and then 1 at large.
I think that would probably be the
I
best.
think so. I mean, keep, I would
arrangement.
suggest keep it as small as you can.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
cover
yeah,
the
you
area.
don't want to get too many on there.
So whatever you come up with, I'd be more than happy to work with you on. And I guess I'm still, after January 1st, I guess I'm still the one working on it, so we'll see what happens. You know, I say there's going to be a lot of work, there's going to be a learning process. The medical field is different than anything I've ever dealt with. I've dealt with industry and farming, and nothing seems to be quite like the medical field as far as the way things are paid and regulations. But there'll be a lot that we'll have to deal with the board on, and we'll handle that. One thing I would like to know is as you decide to appoint the board members, you know, currently we've been having meetings on the 4th Monday of the month at 5:15. We usually get together and have a lunch or supper, and then we have our meeting. If that works for the people, we'll continue doing it. If not, you know, just let me know what they think. We'll go from there. Any questions? That's kind of what I
Well, I think that if we appoint the board, then they can make the decision on
Yeah, they
the
can do
date
that.
and the times they
Yeah.
want to meet.
We
I think
would
they should
have to
have.
have, I could probably have to get together with them once or twice before January 1st,
Yes.
just to kind of orient them. And then they may be able to make the decision at that time, so, again, I'm flexible, I'll go in anyway. I've had them Doesn't make a difference. We'll try to work with everybody, and I'm assuming that you will want to report at some point in time through the year. I don't know how often. Again, that's something that you can let me know. I've seen it annual, I've seen it quarterly, I've seen some monthly, so it's kind of whatever you feel. Just let me know that later too.
Yeah, it's a, this new area to get into is gonna take.
Yeah, it is. I worked at 2 city hospitals, and I worked for a county hospital, but I wasn't in my position, so. Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna hang around a minute, see if the attorney shows up and introduce themselves.
We'll recess.
You can stay, Darren.
Huh?
You can stay. I mean, we'll just,
I'll just move back here, lean up against the wall.
We'll recess. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
We are adjourned.